So welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Cornerstone Boxing Academy. And with me now, on the move, but he's driving but not looking at the phone, is sugar-free boxer Luke Byrne. How you doing, Luke?
All good, Joel. How are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. We're going for one that was announced today. Before we get into it, we're going to have the intro and then we'll be straight back. So, a fight that's been anticipated for some time. It's been off, it's been on, it's been off, it's been on. People have been pregnant. There's been injuries. There's been all sorts of things. Ducking and diving. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. We're finally going to get it. 26th of February in Saudi Arabia. BT Sport Box Office and ESPN Plus. Jake Paul, 6 fights, 6 wins, 4 knockouts. Tommy Fury, 8 fights, 8 wins, 4 knockouts. It's kind of one of those interestingly branded The Truth, it's called. Are we going to see the truth? I think that's the big question, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10, boxing is the truth. You know, there's no hiding in the ring. You know, you're either better or you're not on the night. And hopefully the truth will out on the night. And we'll get to see who is better.
Yeah. SWS Boxing's jumped in. Good old Sam. He's put Jake Paul to win by knockout in round 6. He ain't messing about.
It's a 10-rounder as well, isn't it?
I believe so. They haven't sort of given too many more details as of yet, but it's definitely one that, it's just really bizarre that it's actually going to happen because it looks like Tommy Fury up to this point has been dodging it. Tyson Fury's been toying with him a bit, saying, if you don't win this, you're out the family. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam thinks it's 8 rounds, Luke.
Oh, it's an 8-rounder. I read somewhere that it was going to be 10, but 8 is about right for them too.
Is this going the distance?
I don't think so. If it does, it looks bad for both of them, really.
Well, yeah, it don't look great for Tommy Fury, does it? Let's be honest.
It looks,
it would look better on Jake Paul, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Look better on Jake.
Anything other than a brutal knockout for Fury looks bad for Fury.
Yeah. After all this tension, after all the talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and someone even put a great post out on Facebook saying Tommy Fury not to face Jake Paul at the presser tomorrow. He said, "This isn't true, but I'm just getting my poster ready for tomorrow."
Yeah, honest to God.
But Luke, it's over to you, mate. What do you reckon? It's going to be an interesting one.
Well, look, let's look at it for what it is. It's 2 prospects fighting each other.
Yeah.
You know, and they both say they have ambition. And I believe they do. You know, I don't think Jake Paul would put all the time and effort he's putting into it if he didn't have a bit of ambition and thought he could go somewhere and make a lot of money and maybe have a bit of success along the way. And he obviously backs himself because he's the one who's made the fight, you know. So I'm really impressed at that. Delighted, you know, everyone's saying fight a pro boxer. That's what he's been trying to do. And now he's doing it. And at the end of the day, you know, a man who's only been boxing 3 years versus a fella who's been boxing apparently all his life, you know, on paper, it should be a mismatch. But to be honest with you, I fancy Jake. I think
I'm with you, mate.
I think Jake is more. I think Jake is more spiteful. I think he's a lot more naturally talented than Tommy Fury is. Yeah. I don't think Fury's got that nasty streak in him. I don't think he likes getting hit. No one enjoys getting hit. But what I mean is, he is afraid of getting a punch into the face. And he's shown that in his fights. He closes his eyes when people throw punches at him. You know, that's a telltale sign that you're
That's
fearful
a no-no,
of
mate.
what's
That's a
coming.
no-no in boxing.
Yeah, huge. So I think Jake Paul will win. I think he will catch Tommy. I think he will stop Tommy. I think
What's the chances that we would have said this ages ago?
I think Sam is about right. You know, 6, maybe 7. I think the first 2 rounds is going to be cagey as anything. You know, it's either like I don't think either of them is going to want to take a risk early, and it's going to be quite boring probably for the first couple of rounds, and then it's going to open up then, and
no one's going to want to take the risk, are they? Early on, let's be honest.
That's it. That's what I think, anyways. I could be wrong, and they could come out and have a complete war, but I reckon
I think you're right,
it's going to be a slow start.
People are going to avoid humiliation in this one. I think they're going to come out. They're going to test the water, and I reckon you could get it end of the second into the third. Then the bombs are going to. I think Jake will throw bombs.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll start letting his hands go, and I think when he lets his punches go, he looks a lot better than Fury does. Like, you know, Tommy's a wannabe boxer, in my opinion. Like, he's not got the natural skill set. He's not got the. He's
following the family. He's following the family.
Not a fighter. Yeah, he's got pressure from his dad. You know, his dad says ridiculous things and does ridiculous things and puts a lot of pressure on his shoulders. You know, like for him to say that Tommy is shades of prime Golovkin, you know, that's just ridiculous. And that heaps so much pressure on Tommy. Like, thank God a lot of people know that John is an absolute tool and don't really pass much heed on what he says. But, like, you know, Tommy's got a lot of weight on his shoulders and there's a lot of pressure coming into this fight. There's no doubt about that. And I just feel like, you know, the occasion's going to get to him. Jake Paul, for all intents and purposes, being a pay-per-view fighter, being a main event fighter since his debut, he's used to the big occasion, and I think he shines on the big occasion. And I just think he'll handle it a lot better mentally. There's a lot less pressure on Jake. He's the one who puts the pressure on himself, no one else. Everyone else is expecting Tommy to do the business, and the ones who know what they're talking about don't, you know, but the rest of the world do. And you know, like Tommy Fury said in his post earlier, this is a proper boxer versus a YouTuber. So, you know, he's putting the pressure on as well now by saying, you know, this lad's not a boxer. I'm going to whoop him. So if he doesn't whoop him, something's up.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to lose. What about yourself, Joel? How do you see it going?
Do you know what, mate? I'm going a 5th round stoppage for Jake Paul. I think we've looked at the power that he does have, and I think when he throws that overhand right, he's got some serious power in him. And I think, like you say, Tommy's chin. He's been in his, you know, 4 of those 8 fights. He hasn't stopped those guys, and he should be stopping them. He should be stopping them. He should be. And Jake's got no boxing background. He's come into this. Everyone's taken a piss. Everyone's taken a punt at him, and yet he's got 4 stoppages in 6 fights. They might not be boxers to a degree, but they're in the fight game, and he's giving it a go. I take my hat off to him now, to be totally honest.
Like anyone who gives Paul guff about his first few fights, all of the people he boxed, bar will say Nate Robinson and Ben Askren, would beat any of the journeymen that most people fight early on in their career.
Yeah, so it's no different.
I think that's fair to say. No, it's no different. And what is different is, now Robinson and Askren obviously didn't have any capabilities with a pair of boxing gloves on, but they were in there to win. Yeah. None of Fury's opponents were in there to win. Yeah. And then you've got Tyron Woodley twice, you know, who wanted to win, ex-UFC champion, didn't want to be disgraced, didn't want to be beaten by a YouTuber.
Who is Fury Like, I'd like to know anyone really, write in the comments. Did anyone really know Tommy Fury's those fighters? Really, it's another one of those, isn't it? Has he really stepped in
Yeah,
against anyone to say, "Look, I'm proven. I'm going to be a world champion," like he says he is? I don't.
like it's not even about knowing his opponents. It's about the fact that his opponents had no ambition to win against him. They
No
weren't trying to
desire,
beat
mate.
him.
Yeah,
Do you know? So like at the end of the day, you've got to say to yourself, you got to be honest and say, only one man, and it's not Fury, has had people actually trying to take his head off with punches in a fight.
yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
this is technically this is
This
Fury's
is the
first
truth.
time. This is Fury's first time being in a ring with someone in a fight, and they're trying to hurt him and they're trying to knock him out. So how is he going to cope against that pressure? How is he going to cope? You know, when there's punches flying past his head that have bad intentions,
Yeah,
is he gonna bottle it and think, oh God, what's gonna happen here? So I just think it all points towards a Jake Paul win, to be honest. And that's
yeah,
not because I don't want Fury to win, which I don't, but I just don't think he will. But I'm not being funny. Like genuinely, I don't think he will. And I'm not saying that because of anything else. I genuinely think Jake Paul will win. And
like
like you say,
you
it's
say,
crazy.
Luke. I think Jake's more spiteful. He's going in it to prove a point. Tommy's just
Yeah.
thinking, "I've got this." Where Jake's probably training his nuts off. To be fair, he is. He is training his nuts off because every fight
Oh
he's
yeah.
been in, he's trained his nuts off to win it. So
Yeah.
he's never taken anything for granted.
No,
Tommy's
Jake
gone
gets
in
himself in
and
good
he's
shape.
yeah. I think hats off to him, and I think Jake Paul's going to win 5th round stoppage, if not before.
Wow. Okay. One thing I will say,
So
I like either which way. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm surprised that I am, but I am looking forward to it. And
yeah,
I think it's
like you
a
say,
great
we look
fight for
back a year,
boxing.
Luke. We look back a year, mate. We would have gone, oh goodness sake! But I tell you now, because the tension's built, Jake Paul's had his fights. Tommy Fury's built up some more fights on his. It's more tasty now. It's more appealing,
But
and
even like not to pick him apart now and bully him and whatever, but like you look at Tommy Fury's last the exhibition fight he had there when on the undercard of the Mayweather Deji exhibition fight,
yeah,
and you're looking at him, you're thinking this lad's meant to have been in a gym for years. He doesn't look like he's been in a gym for 2 months. He looked like a
yeah,
complete raw novice. Do
yeah,
you know? And that was against a guy who was just playing around with him. And he was playing around too. He should have been in full flow, letting a few jabs go, showing off his
yeah.
footwork, showing off defense. He had nothing. Absolutely
That was an
nothing. So
opportunity.
either Tommy Fury is the greatest actor in the world, or he's just shit at boxing. And I think it is the latter. And he's going to be like, if he doesn't win, it's going to be such a shame on
It's
the
game
Fury
over.
name. Like, well, yeah, it has to. He has to retire if Jake Paul knocks him out.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
so, anyways. But I'll definitely be tuning in, and I'm interested. And did you see an interesting bout on the undercard? Is Badu Jack versus Makabu for the
yeah,
WBC title?
that's a cracker. That is. I love Badu Jack.
It's definitely interesting. I thought Jack struggled the last fight I watched him in. That was at cruiserweight as well. But best of luck to him. You know, he's fighting Makabu, who can punch. Makabu is promoted by Don King, which is probably one of the most stupid things anyone can do in the sport of boxing, apart from take peds. So it's good to see. Hopefully, the WBC title will change hands and be out of Don King's grip as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Well,
nobody wants that.
let us know in the comments, people. Me and Luke are both going for Jake Paul to win by stoppage. Let us know in the comments how you're seeing this one. Are we totally being ridiculous? But let us know. We believe Jake Paul has more power and more desire. So let us know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. But
Yeah.
yeah, let us know, and me and Luke will reply to you as well. And yeah, Luke, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch up with you soon, mate.
No problem, Joel.
Take care, mate. Safe journey home.
Thanks for
God
having
bless.
me. No bother, pal.
You've been watching JG's Fight Talk. Have some of this.